Hello and welcome to Fishing on Northwest. Wayne and Tommy Donlin.
What do you think, Tommy?
It's the best. There you go. I was not going to make one.
Living Northwest wild. Hunting, fishing is my kind of style. I float the Wainuchi when it gets hot. I'm proud of all the things that I've got.
Hello and welcome to Fishing on Northwest. Wayne and Tommy Donlin.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
You're a lot closer this week.
You really are liking this. You're interrupting my flow, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want to welcome everybody to the show. So glad you could join us. Coming to you live from the Fish on Northwest studio located here in Olympia, Washington. So glad you could join us for today's program. And yes, Thomas, we've made a little adjustment here, and I think folks are going to appreciate it a little better. We're still trying to find our groove in this new studio, right?
Yeah. Next week, I'm going to be a little bit closer.
No, this is no. I'm going to actually, I'm
going to be a wall.
I'm going to go get one of those, like when you go to the bank or you go to, went to the DMV today, they're all behind plastic still.
That's right.
We're living behind plastic still, and I don't understand that. But no plastic here. Everything is live and in living color. And man, what a week of busyness and success.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to get into a lot of that. But hopefully you all have been out with a number of things opening up this past week and fishing opportunity and some hunts that are happening. We got all that wrapped into today's show.
Mm-hmm.
There's also some announcements that came out. Tell me, it kind of caught my eye as we kind of moved through the week, and I'm picking up on emails and stuff. DFW sent out that notification that the Stillaguamish River is going back to, wide open regulations as it would pertain to in the regulations and agreed to fisheries. Mm-hmm. So we're back to a 2-fish limit, Wilder hatchery, specific to coho. Why did that catch my attention? Because you and I actually spent time last week talking about the impact of regulations and closing area 8.2 in the saltwater where this Stillaguamish system all drains into. And here we are just within a few days later, and they're like, oh, let's there's enough fish. The river is sufficient to return to permanent rules without risking meeting conservation objectives. I'm like, how do they ascertain that in 3-4 days?
Well, yeah, and it really begs the question, like, what data are they using to make these in-season, very quick, very rapid week-to-week adjustments?
Yeah, it's, as we've said before, we advocate for in-season adjustments and management. It's the right thing to do, but at times I'm like, are they getting pushback from co-managers? Is there a little friction in some of these areas? Is it not completely everybody on the same page here? We're going to get into it a little bit here, but with Brett in some of the falsities and the fact that we're not honestly reporting on what's going on. So you and I we advocate for in-season management.
That's right.
We'll be on board with that because we spent years without it, and we know what that leads to. But this is just another one that just kind of caught my attention in that same region once again.
It is. Hey, a little bit of more brighter note, a positive note,
a positive thing.
The first of our razor clam digs has now been announced.
Oh, that's right.
And starting today, going all the way through Monday.
Yep.
Got to look at the regulations, but you're talking Long Beach, Twin Harbors, Copalis, Moke Rocks.
Yep.
I need to get my redemption, because I went out and I picked the worst weather to go out in. I picked the worst night time.
This would be this week here with this weather. I mean, if you want to get the kids out on a night dig, this is when you go.
That's true.
When the weather's like
but there's elk that need a dirt nap. So this is we're gonna have to put that on hold.
Yeah, because there'll be plenty of clam digs. But it's nice to get the early ones in right now. There's plenty of clams, and the weather's gonna be fantastic.
That's right.
Very little wind in the evening. And speaking of which, success this past week, I got to observe the beard properly landing and releasing a wild Chinook, bringing it to hand, never leaving the water, right? For me, that's my peak outdoor moment of the week. There you go, Tommy. The peak outdoor moment of the week. Wild Chinook brought to hand, never leaves the water. Barbless hook came right out, turned that fish around, let it go.
You got to love it.
Beautiful thing. Bobber and eggs for coho. There are Chinook in there, catch and release. And,
how about that? I'm so conflicted this time of year because there's so much to do.
There absolutely
And you're making me jealous seeing that. But I had a good weekend too, so I can't really complain.
Thank Matt Messing, the Viking Outdoor Productions, for the aerial footage, so to speak. All right, running down the show before we get too far along here. Tommy Donlin, successful muzzleloader whitetail hunt. How it all went down, and lions, turkeys, and bears. Oh, my. FHN on the water last week fished with Kaul Buschelman and guest Scott Kaul. We'll bring you parts 1 and 2 from Florence, Oregon. Then we welcome back to the studio for today guest Brett Rosson, president at Fish Northwest. They have filed another lawsuit against WDFW, what you need to know. Then we'll bring you part 3 of our trip on the Siuslaw River with Willamette Valley Outfitters and Brad's Killer Fishing Gear. And then we'll come back around October 1st, Coastal River Opener for Coho. How did it go? Full report and what to look forward to as we move through the season. And then, of course, we'll come back, close out the show. Jumping out for a quick break. We'll be back with you in the hot seat, talking about this recent week and all that went on in the bounty collection after the break, right here at Fish on Northwest. Defiance Marine is the one-stop shop for the Pacific Northwest angler. Defiance Marine guarantees the best price on a new and best service on a repower for your current boat. Defiance Marine is a Honda Premier dealership and one of the largest on the West Coast. Defiance Marine is a boat dealer who proudly sells Defiance, Allied, and Arima boats. All boats are built by West Coast fishermen for West Coast fishermen. Defiance Marine has all your boating needs to help you get out on the water.
If you're looking for the best fishing rods in the world, you really do need to take a look at the Edge rods. I designed and built new machinery, and I think this new machinery has enabled us to build blanks like no other company can build without this equipment. There is no other rods in the world that are as good as these rods. You owe it to yourself to take a good look at them.
For more than 90 years, you've entrusted one brand to guide you towards living the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Now you can entrust affiliated Better Homes and Gardens real estate professionals to interpret your needs and help you find the home in which to live your dreams through every stage of your home buying or selling process. And through every stage of your life, there's Better Homes and Gardens real estate. Expect better.
All right, welcome back here to the program. So, Thomas, you made it to the east side, family in tow, and had an outstanding few days there in the woods with the kids and the wife. And gosh, you saw a lot of wildlife over there.
It was Nat Geo. I mean, it was National Geographic to the nth degree. Couldn't have asked for anything better. I had my 4-year-old son with me. Took him everywhere on the hunt. He was with me at all times. So, you know, it started out the first morning. It's a muzzleloader hunt, right? I've got my multi-season tag. And so, you know, the reason I got that multi-season tag was really to let my wife hunt that late buck hunt that we love so much over there on this side. So I said, okay, I'll take a couple days of muzzleloader hunting so that she can hunt that back end. So right from the get-go, first morning, we come into this area. There's a little clearing. We know that, you know, the deer, the whitetail usually come into this zone. And so we're just set up kind of watching, and sure enough, one doe pops in, a second doe pops in, then 45 turkeys show up out of nowhere. Oh, they're there. The whole family's there.
Do you have a shotgun with you?
And, you know, we should have had it should be a 3-gun contest, right? You really need three guns. And I'll tell you why, because I was kind of watching one sector, Buddy was watching another, and out of nowhere, here comes Kitty. Oh, right. Mr. Cougar. Mr. Cougar showed up on the scene. Right. He had, you know, no clue we were there. Right. He was there to spot and stalk turkeys.
How far away was he?
And 207 yards at the shot.
Gotcha.
So Mark sends around,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of look over and I see this animal kind of jumping over the hill and disappearing. And I go, oh, was there a buck in the zone? Like, what's going on? He goes, no, that was a cougar.
So
like,
207 yards with his muzzle.
With a muzzleloader, right?
With one power optic.
With a 1 power optic.
Legal now in
the
Washington
Vortex
State.
Crossfire,
Yep.
right? About $150 for that scope.
Yep.
And tell you what, 200 yards it's a very tiny target at that range.
That's a good poke for a muzzleloader and a one optic.
It is. But, action right out in the back. We walk into the clearing and there's turkey pile of feathers, pile, that cat had been hunting that clearing repetitively. And for whatever reason, those turkeys could not avoid it. So they keep coming in. So that cat took off. Mark didn't get it. And he hammered it.
Okay.
Right. So we got blood. We tracked blood for 3/4 of a mile.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started, a search grid pattern, looked all day, never found the cat, never heard the ravens calling, that they had been on a carcass.
Right.
Went back the next day, looked again, didn't find it.
Might have winged him.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But the hunt continues, So later that evening, we go to a different area. Again, Thomas in tow. We're not there for more than about a half hour. And I get a call from Mark on the radio. Hey, other side of the hill from you, there's a black bear. There's zero clearance between his belly and the ground. You can barely see his ears. His head's so big.
Been eating?
He goes, you need to pop over the other side and go after him. I said, okay. And so I tell Thomas,
north of 300 pounds, you think?
That's what he said. That's what he said. He said,
and Mark knows animals, right?
That's right.
Yeah, he knows animals. So
we bear hunted over in Idaho. And so I go, okay, Thomas, we're chasing a bear. He goes, we're chasing a bear. I said, yes, son. Here we go. Up the hill, down the other side, look in the clearing, watch, wait, nothing there. I said, okay, let's go back to our spot.
Yeah.
A couple minutes go by. Boom! Mark shoots
hammers on something.
He's got a buck down, 187 yards. I said, okay.
Oh.
And
so, if he's hitting a whitetail at 187 yards with his muzzleloader and his one power optic, that 207 on that cat was not much of a stretch for him.
Not as much. Now Mark is a very experienced marksman. Right? Yeah. I'm not advocating for people to take shots this long.
No, if you're
this is a guy that shoots every weekend, does load development on rifles, right? But hammered a buck right at the base of the neck, 187 yards. Very, very impressive, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so,
opening day.
This was
opening day.
Opening day.
Yeah. Good for him.
So I kind of, move out of that area, go to another area. I'm watching another clearing, another little opening, and waiting, and it was the same program. It was like doe shows up, another doe shows up. There's about 8 does now, and I'm like, where's the going on? Like, where's the buck? And and finally, I think a buck shows up, but then the doe that's 50 yards away, she spots me. Right, she's stomping, she's blowing,
she's alerting,
stomp, blow. I'm like, oh crap, hide behind the tree. I can hear her. She's going. Yeah. She's going. And I wait 5 minutes, and throughout that whole period of time, periodically,
what the other deer are doing? They're
blowing
like
and stomping.
Karen, knock it off.
That is exactly. I named her Alice, not Karen, but that is exactly what happened. They ignored her.
That's hilarious.
I look around the corner with my binos. I go, oh, okay. There's a buck, right? And I was like, with having Thomas there, I was like, he's got it. I want him to experience this, right? These are meat bucks. This is nothing to write home about. This is not a trophy buck.
No.
And so I get my muzzleloader on my tripod. She's still going, right? She's still blowing. She's still huffing and puffing. Step out, 124 yards, which I had doped that scope.
Yes, you
2.5 MOA.
Yep.
124 yards.
Boom.
Just as I'm getting ready to rest the crosshairs to get them steady, the trigger goes off, and I go, oh, well, I guess I shot, And
You're supposed to shoot where you don't even realize you squeeze the trigger, right?
And it was right in the sweet spot.
Perfect.
We're right at the top of the heart.
Perfect.
So he got to experience that. We got a couple turkeys as well. It was a complete buffet line.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Look at all the wildlife he got exposed to.
That's right.
And Delaney and the turkeys.
In just a few days.
Mark both got deer, and it's a great little opportunity to get out and harvest some early game, right?
And Delaney, she's a 2-year-old, right? So she's now realizing that the deer, the venison that we have at the dinner table, she knows where it comes from now.
Okay.
And you could see her working this out in her head. Like, here's this deer.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a deer without a cape.
Yep.
Here's meat coming off this carcass, right? So she got to put 2 and 2 together.
That's right.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Well, fantastic, man. Great opportunity for the kids to get exposed out there in the wilderness, and a successful hunt in all regards. And, lots of opportunity, lots of game.
Yes.
And you guys got your Thanksgiving turkey, so fantastic. Right on. Outstanding. Okay, jumping out for a break. We come back. We're going to take you down to Florence, Oregon. A couple days on the Siuslaw. This is day one. Enjoy it right after the break right here, Fishing Northwest. The new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
Sportco, an outdoor emporium, is the largest local outfitter in the Northwest since 1975, providing thousands of people affordable outdoor gear. This summer, make your next outdoor adventure more affordable by shopping at our warehouse-style pricing. We are a local Scotty dealer, offering sales, service, and repair. Located in Fife and Seattle, come visit us today. The outdoors await you.
There.
Good morning.
Hey, bud. Morning.
Morning.
It's dark. Hey, Josh.
Hey, good morning. You sound like you guys are driving home tonight. If they open that bar on that, I mean, top of tide's not until 4 today. Keon, we have 3 super bait skinnies.
Yeah. It's what colors are skinnies this morning?
We're going to be running the Johnny Lava, which is always on.
The Johnny.
We got Mango Habanero. I got Jim Dandy up on a bow rod.
That Mango Habanero.
So, and then we got Cotton Candy Spinner, which has been really good every day. Early morning, like the Painted Blaze. We'll try one, and we got the Goat.
Yeah.
Couple passes, we'll kind of see what they key in on, and we'll go,
Gotcha.
start switching stuff up. And
I like it.
Josh is cheating, so.
Josh is glowing it.
Yep.
Growing it and glowing it. Yeah.
We're running 12s up front and 10s everywhere else. And
Oh, okay.
I'll have you set those bow rods. So
Okay.
we can do 35s up front on those bow rods and do 40s on these 3.
And 35.
Passes, and like I said, we'll get bit and we'll look at it and then we'll get everything
Sure.
captured.
All right. We are fishing. Hey guys, good morning. Dwayne England, Fish on Northwest, back out here on the water. Scott Kaul, Kyle Buschelman. No strangers to the camera, no strangers to the show. Kyle, you got us to drive all the way down here to Florence, Oregon.
Yep, the bite's been pretty good. We're on our first pass right now. Hopefully get some Chinook in the boat before the change of tide, and then it'll be Coho show later today. So.
Gotcha. Scott, you ever fished the Siuslaw?
No strangers to the show, but strangers to the Siuslaw. So neither one of us have ever fished this before. So, we've heard stories, we see pictures from this man.
Yeah.
27 pounder seems like every day. So, yeah, it's
enough for us to come down here.
Oh, absolutely.
So, Kyle, we ran about 8 miles upriver this morning. We're, what'd you say, we're at the top end of the incoming?
Yeah, we're right at top of the, starting the outgo.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, we're going to we have a downstream troll the rest of the day until about 11, and then we'll have incoming. So.
Okay.
And then we'll find ourselves down at the very other end of the river, way at the bottom of the estuary, starting up. So
Chinook up here, up top, and then way down at the bottom for Coho, mid-morning or so.
Yeah, get those new fish coming in. There'll be Coho in here too.
Okay.
But our best chance at a Chinook is up in these flats. They're staging, getting ready to go on up the river with the next rain, which we have Wednesday coming. So.
Gotcha. So these are going to shuttle up.
Absolutely. The river's dropped. I mean, a couple weeks ago, we were like 66, 67 here. It's down to 63.
Okay.
So the fish are just moving a bit faster and staging further upriver. So.
Okay. Well, we got the 360s going. We got the original skinnies out here. We got a couple spinners up front.
Yep.
And we are good to go.
Gonna bring you the day. Let's do it.
Yep.
That looks good.
Yesterday it was really good through here.
What are you doing? Josh with the hand up. Now, if we lose this fish, it's going to be on Josh. Oh, we got a screamer. There we go. There's a nookie. Yeah, you did. There's a Chinook. Okay. All right, buddy. Yeah. Here we go. Chinook and sunshine. I like this.
It's really nice. Let me just get this motor right here. I'm gonna kind of back up so just in case we don't have a seal issue up here. There are a few around.
Yeah. Yeah. Where you going, buddy? Huh?
Those reels crank, don't they?
They do. Boy, the pickup on this is tremendous. You get down to the weight, step back. Oh, that's a dandy. Beautiful fish. Yeah, a little hot.
You feel that stretch on that, how much that absorbs? When you hook a fish, that rod, they peg and then it stays because things just...
Support from Northwest Sportsmen make Federal Ammunition the world's leading ammunition manufacturer. Federal uses the industry's finest materials, giving you reliable ammunition that delivers superb accuracy and optimum performance. Northwest hunters rely on Sportco to provide the best selection and prices in the Northwest since 1985. Sportco and Outdoor Emporium in Fife and Seattle. Your journey begins here.
Yep, for sure. Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish. Oh, beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
We got a good one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, geez, come on.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
You haven't been here, but you know it. You've heard the sounds, smelt the air, and you've seen where your heart lands, if not yet. You haven't been here, but you've longed for a destination near or far, where time spent with loved ones and friends will go into the night and last in memories for a lifetime. You haven't been here, but you're on your way to a place not far. ExploreTheDalles.com.
New days, new beginnings, new friends, new loves, new dreams, new goals, new scenery, new job. No matter what the next chapter holds, Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate will be there to help you find the new that's right for your lifestyle at any stage of your life. Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. Expect better.
I mean, that rod, they peg and then there's it stays because I think it's just. I mean, we got barbed hooks, so we can get away with a lot, but that's a nice Chinook.
That's a real nice Chinook. You kidding me? Don't break that plug.
Oh yeah! God, barbs are nice.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. Like that? Kyle, well done, buddy.
Here.
45.
We're just gonna go down a little further than get back on that flat.
There we go.
There, that's a fish.
Fish. Get it, Scotty. Other rods out. You want this one out?
Am I on you or what? Okay.
He's still there. There you go.
There you go.
We're clear.
And I got you this.
Okay. He's still there. Never lost him.
Let me just get this out of the way.
Get this one up out of the way. For sure.
Okay, watch that flasher and watch everything on the
plug. Yep.
That thing was still fishing, boss. It came off finally. The land ratios have been pretty damn good on the skinnies too. Like with these barbed hooks, they stay pinned, but we have a lot of going on there.
That was a lot, 2 rods in it, fish going sideways.
But it stayed on a lot longer than it should have.
Yeah, every reason to lose that fish, and ultimately, unfortunately,
we're 14 foot. Take a crank on this middle rod. Fish.
That's fish. Clear rod.
Yeah, that's a fish. It's just that fish.
That's how it took. That last one took it the same way.
Yeah, we're clear.
Okay, that rod's out.
Yeah, perfect.
You want it there?
Yeah, just like that.
So Kyle rolls, fish a pass.
I hope so.
Lately, yeah.
Fish a pass, Kyle. Giving us a big run yet.
No. Oh, that's a nice fish. It's just.
Get him, Scotty.
That snubber really absorbs so much. It's hard to tell sometimes.
There's the sunlight. Here's the boat. Maybe I'll run. These are hard fighting fish.
Yeah, they are.
These are nice. Fairly shallow water, like 17 feet.
We were 14 right there.
14. Yeah.
Good point 3.
Good point 3.
That dude is tugging.
Ooh.
There we go.
That's a good fish.
Good fish.
Hey,
Look at that. Fish a pass. Buschelman does it again.
Hey, look at that thing. You would think we were on the ocean with that big girl. Huh? Look at that.
Watch out for your foot there.
Heck yeah, buddy. Nice job.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
you see that?
love it. There we go.
Is it still there?
Gone.
I think it's there. It's just little. Might be a cojito or a jack. Oh, we can get that one. That's a jack. That's a coho.
Let's go. Oh, yeah. There we go. First coho of the day. Well, that was over quickly.
Mr. Ho.
We'll take it.
Go one coho first.
It's always a little stain, too, Scott.
Is it?
Charge him up, brother. All right.
Oh, it's big, right there. George.
Just stepped away.
Let's get all these in.
There we go.
That's a good fish.
We're on camera. Okay.
That one pinned. Right. Just as soon as I turned around. Oh, you should give me the heads up like, hey, we're on the money spot.
I did.
I know.
He's smarter than your average guy.
Nice. There we go.
In the boat.
There we go.
God, Johnny Lava, how's your shoulders hurt today? Carrying the weight of this team on it.
Putting in a workout.
Nice.
This setup has been money this year. This is Johnny Lava. It's a chartreuse with pink. And what has it got? 4 bites today?
Yeah, and it's about 70% of the hookups. I should run all the rods with it, but I just can't. So we just let this one do the hunting. But we've actually got hit on 3 other rods today, but this lure...
Day in and day out, from buoy 10 to the Columbia, all the way down here to the Siuslaw, has just been money this year.
I run it on a rod every day, so.
And combined with that flasher and the release, it's really been doing its job. You can see on that last one there, the release, how that helped bring that towards the net, and here you can fish barb hooks.
We don't have the violent hook head at the boat, the hardest part. Everything's kind of absorbed and softer, and I think that helps.
Right at the top, which is where you lose them.
Absolutely.
Right at the net, when you get those violent shakes, and there's no line. And it's great.
And that's a good fish too. I mean, this is about average. We got a couple nice ones today. This is a good Chinook, and we're looking good for later on coming into coho time. So, yeah.
But these skinnies all year they've just been cutting it up.
Yeah, we stayed on a long troll. A lot of the boats went back up river, but it came deep, and these flats where there's any kind of bench.
Yeah.
There's just fish on them all the time.
And you've been adjusting the whole time. I don't think we've gone maybe not even 100 yards without, hey, down 2, up 5.
We have to micromanage. I like to be a cub. I mean, with the 360, we can be up, and I hunt a little more with the bow rides. I'll run one up, but for the most part, we're within a few feet of the bottom, and these have proven pretty effective today. I mean, we've been using them a lot, and I'm a fan. Always the debate of the breakaway system, and this has been very durable. I think I've broke one of these after about 40 fish in the ocean.
Yeah.
So they're very durable, and they get some good stretch on them. So they're really nice. I'm absolutely, and it didn't break. It popped the line, and it was still hooked up. You can't break these. That's the thing.
They're easy to hook back up.
Very easy, just like that. So we're set.
Allied
the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
Hey guys, I'm Big Mike. Come on down to the Edge Pro Shop and see me. We've got all the best brands under one roof. We've got Hawken, Procure, Short Bass, Pro Troll, Yakima Bait, Get 'em Dry Jigs, Northwest Bait Scent, Daiwa Reels, North Fork Lures, North Wild, Brad's, Superfly, Rocky Mountain Tackle, and of course, the greatest rods ever built, Edge Rods.
All right, welcome back here to the program in studio. Hopefully folks enjoyed that little stint out there on the water.
I certainly did.
Got part 3 to bring. Kyle is awesome.
Love it when he just whacks the fish, you hear the nice ding, and then he goes,
yep.
Nice.
Yes, nice. Well done.
Yes.
Hey, I want to frame this up a little bit, Tommy, as we roll into this before we introduce Brett. But, you know, there's a lot of decision makings at times, commission meetings and DFW staff when they have their meetings that they put out there. And it's like, man, are they seriously making decisions based here on emotions and feelings? And following Fish Northwest, not to be confused with us, but on the Facebook page of Fish Northwest, they had posted from a meeting, WDFW last January. And this was quoted by Mark Baltzell, who's no longer with the department, by the way. He's moved on to NOAA. That being said, sometimes we put things in place because that's what it takes to get into an agreement with our co-managers. And so there may not be definitive biological reasons why we put fishery controls in place. It's necessary thing we need to do to bring a level of comfort to our co-managers about our fishery impacts in any of our fisheries.
Yeah.
That right there kind of says a lot.
Yeah, I too would like to be comfortable.
I too would like to be comfortable. I want to introduce everybody to Brett Rosson, president of Fish Northwest. Welcome to the program, Brett. So glad you could take some time and join us today.
Thanks for having us, guys. Appreciate
Absolutely. You bet. So we want to get the word out there and let folks know what you guys are up to once again, for the good reasons, obviously. Fish Northwest, on behalf of your members and, of course, recreational anglers throughout the state of Washington, has filed another lawsuit. Now, previously, you filed lawsuits against NOAA and WDFW in the past couple of years. Now, this current filing against WDFW, once again, tell us what this one's all about.
Yeah, Dwayne, as with all of our lawsuits, we're simply trying to get the Fish and Wildlife, nymphs, and the treaty tribes to follow the law. So if you go back to when the Bolt decision was made, Fish and Wildlife or the recreational fishermen and the tribes had a hard time implementing the Bolt decision. There was all kinds of argument about how it was supposed to go. So the courts actually stepped in and came up with a document, and they labeled it the Puget Sound Salmon Management Plan, the PSSMP. And that document spelled out exactly how the Bolt decision was supposed to be implemented, the 50-50 idea. And in that document, you'll find a couple of things that were required by both sides to be done every year. One was the calculation of the harvestable surplus, a preseason report detailing the harvest allocation, and a postseason report detailing the final harvest results, and a payback clause. And based on what we've observed from Fish and Wildlife over the last few years, 10 years to be exact, and this quote by Baltzell, it's very obvious that the Puget Sound Salmon Management Plan is not being followed. A lot of the decisions are made arbitrarily, they're made behind closed doors, and they're made to make people feel good or for political reasons.
Sure.
So what we did is we went and we asked through the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, we asked for documentation, or we asked for proof that they're actually doing these reports, that they're calculating the harvestable surplus. Because if you don't know what the harvestable surplus is, how do you know what 50-50 is going to be?
Sure.
And so we went out and asked for all these documents, and they couldn't produce them.
Okay.
And it cost us a lot of money to go ahead and ask for these documents to get things printed and to figure out if these things were in fact being produced, and they weren't. So what we've done is we've asked the judge to step in and ask Fish and Wildlife and the tribes to actually follow the law as it's written.
Sure.
Right. And I think it's what you're getting at, Brett, is really something that's not just fundamental to this issue, but every time we talk about our fisheries, right, and our game management, for that matter. Dwayne and I were talking about coho allocation in A2, saltwater versus river, and how they, rapidly changed those regulations, and where was the science and the data behind that. You talk about mortality, right? Mortality rates in the river, mortality rates in the salt. You look at all of these decisions that are being made, and every single one of them, as you know, should be backed by facts and data. And I'm glad that you enacted the Freedom of Information Act, because that is huge, right? Because you point blank pointed out that they are not following part of their process as it's laid out, and really caught them red-handed. And I think really what all you're asking for is accountability and transparency.
100%.
Exactly. If things were done transparently, and if there was accountability, we believe that the fish would be managed better. There'd be more fish for all of us, and we would in turn have more opportunity.
Yeah, for sure.
We're not out to overturn any historical precedents. We're just saying, hey, if you follow the law, we're all going to fish more. The fish are going to be healthier, and that's going to result in recreational guys getting more.
And to your credit, that's the basis behind this thing. You're not bashing, you're not going after anybody individually. This is all about following the laws that are written on the books and have been in place since 1972. Let's adhere to them, and everybody can fish. www.fishnorthwest.org. Folks can go there, and can they help support this real quick? How can somebody like Tommy or I jump on and give you support?
Yeah, lawsuits are really expensive. We do have one fundraiser. We do a halibut derby every year.
Right.
That's one way you can help us, is come fish that halibut derby. It's going to be in May again. Okay. And then a second way, of course, is just direct donations.
Yeah.
If you go to our website, it's fishnorthwest.org. On the bar across the top, you'll see a drop-down menu that says donate. Just click on that, and you can donate via PayPal or whatever works for you.
Fantastic.
But, lawsuits are extremely expensive,
yeah.
And we donate directly to conservation efforts. We have absolute interest in helping people out that are trying to recover salmon, and then the rest of our money goes to lawsuits. So that's where it all goes. No one takes a dime from this. All the guys that are working, that are on the board, they're volunteering to put this process forward. No one's making any money here. We're just trying to help restore salmon and restore opportunity.
Yeah, and that's what you guys are fighting, the good fight. Just get them to follow the law. And you're right, litigation's expensive. So folks can go to www.fishnorthwest.org, donate, help out. You guys are fighting for everybody, all us recreational folks out there. We appreciate what you're doing. Thanks so much for taking time with us today, Brett. We'll be in touch.
Thank you, Dwayne. Thanks for your time.
Absolutely. All right, www.fishnorthwest.org. Get on there, help donate, help fight the good fight. They're doing the work. You just need to support their efforts. All right, jumping out for a quick break. We come back, part 3, down the Siuslaw with Willamette Valley Outfitters and Brad's Killer Fishing Gear.
Living catching fish, not only as a tournament angler, but as a guide as well. Catching fish is important, and Gamakatsu hooks for me, they kind of help take the luck out of fishing a little bit, just because they're a high quality hook. Obviously have a really good reputation for being very strong and very sharp. Gamakatsu, I use their products every day in the boat, and big part of my success.
All Defiance boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why all boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. All Defiance boats come standard with large fish boxes that are fully insulated so that you can ice your fish properly all day. All Defiance boats are foam flotation filled and unsinkable for the ultimate in safety while fishing offshore. Before you buy any boat, stop by or call Defiance Boats today to ensure you are getting the very best glass boat your money can buy.
If you're looking for the best fishing rods in the world, you really do need to take a look at the Edge rods. I designed and built new machinery, and I think this new machinery has enabled us to build blanks like no other company can build without this equipment. There is no other rods in the world that are as good as these rods. You owe it to yourself to take a good look at them.
New days, new beginnings, new friends, new loves, new dreams, new goals, new scenery, new job. No matter what the next chapter holds, Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate will be there to help you find the new that's right for your lifestyle. At any stage of your life, Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. Expect better.
Hi, buddy.
Open this right.
Cell phone mic. Scotty's on the phone. That always works. That always works. That always works. If it was peeling line, this would be a different story, but gotta be a coho. Now you got a little head shaking going on.
Oh, that's a nice fish.
There we go. Coho.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
That is a good one. Nice coho. Dandy. Well, just like that, boys and girls, there's a beautiful Siuslaw coho.
So Kyle, we've had a great day today. Super baits have been going off. Different people have different leader lengths. What's your philosophy on the leader length on the super baits?
Well, I start at 32. It just
when 32 going from
the tip of the lure to
the
yeah,
chain
to where I cut it and then I tie it on.
Gotcha.
So really, it's still there because I tie it on. I still have that much.
chain, yep.
So it's still really close to 32.
32 to the tip of the lure.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think with these longer lures, I think sometimes if you get them too short, they just whip too hard, and I think they affect the action.
Right.
That's why with the small, as we get smaller in size, we can go shorter in leader length.
How about pound of test in leader? Do you think it makes a difference if you're running, say, 50? 50 pounds, or say drop down to 30 pounds?
I use 40 on all my super baits, and I use 50 on my spinners.
Okay.
And the reason for the spinners is because the teeth where they're biting is right there.
Right at the spinner.
It seems like I just don't break off 40 on the super baits, and I break off a lot of spinners on 40.
The interesting thing this year is with the big fish in buoy 10.
Yeah.
A lot of upper 20s, 30s, even 40-pound fish. People are breaking them off, so everybody's going heavier and heavier. I was going up to 60 this year.
Yeah.
No change in the number of bites.
No.
I mean, these fish are not line shy.
They're not. I guess the hardest part for the bigger line is getting it through your eyes.
As we saw today.
It's really tough.
Depending on what size of hooks you're running, right?
I run 5/0 hooks.
Yeah.
I run 5/0 on my mini cut plugs, and I run 5/0 on these because
skinny.
they have big mouths, and it doesn't seem to affect the
spacing
action.
is a good couple inches between that trailer hook. You really like to extend it out there.
Well, I do. Like I would herring. This hook here seems to bite. If you've looked at these hooks, they're like double nailed.
You want to just drive that in there so we get a good idea?
Yeah. And I think when they're fighting, it finds a spot too. And I think we lost one fish today.
We did. Yep.
That's pretty good.
All day. Yeah.
And a lot of them came on the Johnny Lava.
That was fire. Yeah.
That was just getting it done.
So the other thing I found out is that the heavier line, I think, actually may give it better action. Not as whippy.
I think
heavier line.
I think it will track better with it. With that being said, we go to our bumpers on the rods. I like to use. Let me see right here.
And then that's going to change it up too, right?
It is, but the bumpers I do 24s, but I use an 80-pound. Because I want to get more weight.
Yeah, for sure.
There's some that are 150 pound, whatever, and I think it's too stiff. So
I agree.
An 80-pound, 24-inch, and I just match
consistent,
all the gear.
right? Just you don't move it around. It works.
I think what happens is we did all day today. We adjusted depth. We didn't say 35 feet on the counter and let it run all day.
Well, and that's the key. So there's guys that play with bumper length, leader length, and stuff. Your adjustment all day long, up and down, is get down within 2 feet of the bottom,
or
4 feet of the bottom, up and down, 35, or
where I'm marking fish. I'll say,
you see them and you go after them. Yeah, makes sense.
And then the one thing here, obviously, is we have the ability to move
the pull point.
We didn't do that today.
We left it up.
We are. If we fish again, maybe we'll just run. We'll have one rod that we run at the bottom, run at the top, and see
if there's a difference.
But I'm a big fan of
consistent. They're all just very consistent. There's no need to change it. And the other thing you're doing, pretty much running a combination of Brad's chrome flasher. series, right? Mostly running
do.
all chrome today.
I ran one with the short truce outside,
Yeah.
you know, and we got one hit on it.
Right.
But, you know,
Sun,
it's bright.
clear
This
water.
is bright. This
Yep.
looks like fish.
Lots of reflect. Yep. Yeah.
I think
the chrome evolution is, it's tough to beat. For
it's
sure.
tough to beat.
Well, let's do
And I'm just
this.
a
Let's
fan.
get that rig back up. Let's run back up here and drop in and get
Absolutely.
that troll going.
Let's do it.
Because we're wasting time. Here we go. Hey, boy, Scotty.
Oh, that's a nice fish.
Come right to it. Pinch it.
Oh, we did it, guys.
There we go.
Nice.
It's actually a nice coho.
There we go. They're all nice coho, apparently.
Barbs are a great thing.
One. Yeah, barbs are a great thing.
Let's
We wouldn't know in
watch your
Washington.
foot, watch your foot. We don't get this all.
Gosh, these are gorgeous fish. So clean,
These are,
huh? And shiny.
Gorgeous.
And fins, you can see your fingers through. Yep.
Translucent.
Love it.
And that's a hell of a day, buddy. Thank
Well
you.
done. Well
nice.
done. Limits, Chinook and Coho.
Yeah,
Couldn't ask
well,
for
as
any
good
more.
as we can get it today.
Yeah.
Minus saving some spots in our stuff for the.
Sure. Well, the plan to go upriver this morning and try to get on the
Yep.
Chinook, as you said, with these tides and what's going on, you knew they were moving up, so we went up about 8 miles.
Yep.
Got our Chinook, come back down lower end here to finish out for some
Yep.
Coho. Just a really, really well executed plan.
Yeah,
to say the least. And your plugs,
Changing. Yeah.
my friend. I mean, come on.
Yeah, across the board they're hitting today, but just such a pretty area, changing landscape, changing everything coming
This
up
place
and
is
down.
amazing.
One of the best bridges on the coast right here. I mean, it's just
gorgeous.
Fantastic. But yeah, the lures work great, but the right man put them on them.
Yeah.
This
Awesome.
guy right here,
Appreciate your
Kyle.
help.
Always. Yep. Outstanding. Well,
we'll get
we
the port, which is not a bad place, and then
Right.
we'll kind of.
got some fish to clean. I got some eggs to harvest,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
I'll let you have them.
Yes. All right. Hey, that is going to do it for us out here on the Siuslaw
Yeah.
with Kyle Buschelman, Scott Kaul, and Josh Burke over here to the right. Yeah. Excellent day.
Yeah,
And they
I'm
getting up.
stoked. No,
Jumping
it's
out
good.
for a quick break. We'll be back in studio right after this.
A Northwest favorite for almost 40 years, Arima boats are manufactured with pride in Bremerton, Washington. All Arima boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why Arima boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. Arima can offer every boat with Honda outboard packages so that you can take advantage of the reliability and 5-year top-to-prop warranty from your Honda outboard. Call or stop by Arima boats today and let them help you get into your very next boat.
Yep, for sure.
Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish. Oh, beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
We got a good one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, geez, come on.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
Support from Northwest Sportsmen make Federal Ammunition the world's leading ammunition manufacturer. Federal uses the industry's finest materials, giving you reliable ammunition that delivers superb accuracy and optimum performance. Northwest hunters rely on Sportco to provide the best selection and prices in the Northwest since 1985. Sportco and Outdoor Emporium in Fife and Seattle. Your journey begins here.
Wraps it up down there on the old Siuslaw. What a great place.
Yeah, that was pretty epic.
It was pretty epic, and it was good Chinook and Coho fishing, and hanging out with Kyle and Scott is always a great time. And Jordan got in on some fish. It was just a really good time.
That Coho that Jordan got was just monstrous.
It wore him out.
Yeah.
He actually had to go back to camera work for a while, take a break. So
had to go to get some PT done.
Speaking of Chinook and Coho, October 1st was just here and gone.
I know.
We took it. Yeah. Well, look, we haven't had rain. We talked about possibly low water. Are they going to, possibly close any of these rivers or not? No, the decision was there's plenty of water. There's actually more water than there was in 22 and 23.
Okay.
So we're doing pretty good.
Yeah. No, wait. Did you guys, was this out of a drift boat? Did you guys bank fish? What'd you do?
Right. Yeah. So I've learned over the years, maybe I'm getting old and lazy, but the fact is when it's low water, I stay low. And then I let everybody else run upriver and row down and drag their boat and all that. You can do that during summer on steelhead fishing. That's great. But opening day, low water, stay low in the system. Your tidal influence is your best bet. Those fish are going to wash in, wash out. Some of them will move up, especially on the bigger tides at night. They feel protected. They're going to move up and commit. A lot of fish are coming in and coming out. You'll see, hopefully next week we roll out some of that footage. These fish are a little stained up. But man, I'm telling you, Tommy, the Chinook we were catching and releasing are just some of the hardest fighting fish I've tangled in these lower systems in years.
That's good. So were these Chinook and Coho?
Yes.
One or the other now. And were you guys only egg fishing? Were you guys fishing jigs, spinners? What were you guys doing?
Good question. Yeah, actually got a real nice Coho, and there on these systems, hatchery or wild, 2 fish limit. Got a real nice wild fish that I kept. Got it on a the heck was I using? It was a spinner. It was a
wicked lure.
Wicked lure. Thank you. Yeah.
How do you run those?
Yeah. So inline sinker, 3/8 ounce inline sinker that I'd fish like underneath your float.
Okay.
Inline, right? On about a 30-inch leader and just drift fishing it softly through the real soft current. So if the water's moving faster, a lot of times I use a 5/8, but it was really moving kind of slow because we had incoming tide. So your current speed's going to slow down. So it sinks just fine. It just barely drags bottom. And I was literally sitting there talking to Matt as he's filming, and I'm explaining how the presentation works. And that rod just folded over. The fact that those Coho will pick those up off the bottom or near bottom when it's barely rotating. A lot of times it's like it's just on auto rotation in a flutter, not any type of rapid cadence by any means.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Just a real slow off cadence type of a presentation.
And that's a pretty sizable blade, hard wire, and then a hoochie, right?
And a hoochie, yeah. And it's actually on a line. It's a fishing line lure. And so but they work fantastic. So for Coho in river, do not discount the wicked lure, and that was a black and brass with a green blade on it. Just worked
beautiful
awesome.
Work.
Yeah, but we got into some nice Chinook, got into some nice Coho, and until we get the rain, we're going to be in the lower rivers, fish your tidal water. That's where you're going to find your fish. Jumping out for a quick break, we bring it back in. We'll close out the show. Defiance Marine is the one-stop shop for the Pacific Northwest angler. Defiance Marine guarantees the best price on a new and best service on a repower for your current boat. Defiance Marine is a Honda Premier dealership and one of the largest on the West Coast. Defiance Marine is a boat dealer who proudly sells Defiance, Allied, and Arima boats. All boats are built by West Coast fishermen for West Coast fishermen. Defiance Marine has all your boating needs to help you get out on the water.
If you're looking for the best fishing rods in the world, you really do need to take a look at the Edge rods. I designed and built new machinery, and I think this new machinery has enabled us to build blanks like no other company can build without this equipment. There is no other rods in the world that are as good as these rods. You owe it to yourself to take a good look at them.
All right, welcome back to the program as we wind it out here. So, Thomas, we got some hunting.
We do.
On the doorstep here.
It's time to hit the woods.
Saturday open for Muzzleloader Washington elk.
That's right.
And we'll be there. Matt Messing and myself, Josh Carlton, we'll be in the Eatonville area going after muzzleloader elk. I'm excited. We've kind of shown you our setup. We're going to put that into motion for 4 or 5 days and see what we can get. And then right on the heels of that, I'll be back in here next week in studio doing a show. You'll be off hunting.
I'm going to head over to Idaho.
Correct.
I've got my Idaho rifle elk hunt.
Yes.
So looking forward to that. So you're going to be riding solo for 1 week, maybe 2.
We'll see how it goes. I may recruit somebody. Maybe Herzog wants to come back in and join me and talk, fishing amongst all our hunting, but
there we go.
We'll see. Because right after that show, that next Friday, I head to the east side, connect with Rusty Hunt and get on a rifle mule deer hunt, which I haven't done in years. I've been chasing blacktail over here on the west side.
Yeah, right.
And I think the last 6 or 7 years I've been after blacktail, getting my blacktail.
Have you ever chased muleys in Washington? Or just out of state?
Archery with Jared Gibbons years ago over on the east side Okanagan area, and stuck a couple with my bow and arrow.
There you go.
So yeah. And that's a lot of fun as well. This will, in Washington State, this will be my first rifle mule deer hunt. Like I said, I've been chasing blacktail for a number of years.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't start hunting till late in life, right? I was
same here.
48, right?
Same
so
here.
So anyway, fantastic show. Want to thank our guest, Brett Rosson, president of Fish Northwest. Get on their website and support what they are doing, because it's for all of us. It's for all of us, the betterment of fishing. So, all right, great to have you join us here on today's program. We'll be back next week, same time, same location and studio. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Get out there and get something done. We'll see you next time right here, Fish on Northwest.